Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Up front, Boozer and Noah. On the wings, Butler and Dang. And it's Rose in at the one spot. And for the Clippers, CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dudley in at the small forward.
Well, you know, Carlos Boozer wasn't as efficient last season as we've seen in the past, and I think in large part it was due to the extended absence of Derrick Rose. He was the bailout option for the team on many occasions.
Now here's Butler, following the miss by Griffin. Shoots from 8, rebounded by Dudley. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
He communicated to his players that when taking on Chicago, they have to be as physical as possible to match the intensity the Bulls bring. He said they have no problem banging bodies inside, and we shouldn't be afraid to respond. We can't be intimidated by them, and I want us to go right at them. Sounds like we'll have a physical game on our hands, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And Clark, for Boozer, you talked about his offensive efficiency. Strong, physical player, but he only averaged about, Steve, I think like 3 free throws a game last season.
Well, he's a fadeaway jump shooter. He's an excellent offensive player, pretty efficient in his scoring. But most of his post-ups end up in fadeaway jump shots, and that's why he doesn't get to the line very often.
The Clippers keep it alive. Paul goes in. Out left to the wing. Oh, trying for it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Stolen by Rose. Passes it to Day. Off his foot, and the officials saying it was kicked. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Rose kicks it to Noah. Outside Butler. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. Boozer passes to Rose. Back to Boozer. Shot clock at 6. It's up a 3. Rose, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Griffin a screen on Rose. Paul goes in. Jordan dishes to Dudley. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Clippers on defense. Rose kicks to Butler. Boozer against Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Rose goes in. Double team on Rose. There's Dang. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And not to be overlooked about Luol Deng. He's one of the elite perimeter defenders in the NBA. He's got tremendous size and length, lateral quickness, and boy, does he play with tremendous effort and focus night in and night out. He's one of my favorite guys to watch work.
And Griffin slams it in.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And it's Rose penetrating. Back to Butler. Out to the right wing. Here's Rose. And Paul pulls it down. You talk about Dang's effort and toughness. Easy to see why he's a favorite of Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, he guts it out. He plays through pain, bad hamstring, torn ligaments in his wrist. The last year in the playoffs, he had the issue with the spinal tap. Just such a tough player and perfect fit for the Bulls.
Here's Rose after the made shot from Redick. Dang passes to Boozer. Back to Dang. Outside Dang. Outside Rose. The fadeaway. That one off the back iron and out.
And they're now 1 for 5 to start this game, so having trouble finding any offensive rhythm.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. And that one's good by Noah.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
The Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Rose against Paul. Here's Redick. Good.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
And so here is Chicago. They trail by 3. Rose kicks to Butler. Boozer up top. Outside Dang. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Dang's got 5. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Paul dishes to Jordan, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
On defense, Chicago. All up top. He's covered by Rose. It's stolen by Rose. Outside Butler. Back to Rose. And it's good. Rose has got his first 2 points.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Ball against Rose. Shot clock at 5. Griffin's shot is off.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Rose attacking. Here's Boozer. It's good. This time the assist from Rose for the Clippers. And the Clippers have possession. It's a 3-point game. Paul gets a screen from Mullins. The drive by Paul, stolen by Noah. The Bulls leading by 3.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record from Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with a hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
That free throw missing.
Boy, I tell you, the Bulls showed how resilient they could be without Derrick Rose last season. They played competitive basketball, but up against the Western Conference, they just didn't quite have the same punch. Got beat up pretty good out west.
Good on the second free throw. And back to the Bulls against the West. Not sure what exactly their shortcomings were, but in the end, Steve, they were only able to win 11 games out of the 30 they played out of conference.
You know, the Bulls were a team that could win games on grit and toughness, but the West was a lot more talented last year than the East. And so some nights Chicago just kind of ran into reality, and they didn't have enough talent to deal with some of those Western teams.
Here is Rose after the made shot from Dudley. Rose, good.
Boy, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Clippers trail by 4. Paul kicks to Mullins. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
And Butler, here we go. Here's Rose, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Rose has got 6.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Now here's Paul. And the shot falls short this time. Paul against Rose. Right side Rose. Gibson inside. Back to Rose. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 4 assists in the game. Paul goes in, feeds to Mullins. And good on the basket. Hook it.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
The Bulls leading by 4. Noah with a screen on Paul. Rose against Paul. Gets and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
And Gibson with the block. On the wing, Dang. Guarded by Mullins. Dang passes to Rose. The feed to Butler. Back to Rose. He dishes it to Gibson. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now Dudley. The open shot, Paul. Wide open shot is on the money. Paul's got his first basket. Chicago leading. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Boy, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in the NBA. One of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down. But they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
The Bulls making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in. Pass to Gibson. He kicks it to Dunleavy. Takes the 13-footer. That's good. Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if this team can gel during the playoffs.
Now here's Butler after the miss from Mullins. Butler dishes to Dunleavy. 4 on the shot clock. Some solid defense from Dudley.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Jamison, no luck.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Heinrich kicks to Gibson. And he gets it to go. Gibson's got 6.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now here's Collison. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Crawford, no luck. The Bulls leading by 8. Heinrich passes to Butler. Heinrich kicks to Gibson. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. 8 points for him.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, second team foul.
On defense, Chicago. 10-point lead. Collison kicks to Dudley. 13 feet away. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. There's 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Heinrich outside. Left side, Butler. It's rebounded by Mullins.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Collison against Butler. Now the dish to Jamison. 4 seconds left. Nice D from Dang. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Bulls up 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
So the Bulls 5 right now. The forward combination of Dunleavy and Gibson. Heinrich is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Boozer in at the pivot, manning the middle. Now here's Heinrich. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Shot clock at 2. Gibson. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Gibson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls. The Clippers shooting in this game, 45%. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, Chris Paul re-signed with the Los Angeles Clippers this offseason, a 5-year max contract for over $100 million. But he held the Clippers' feet to the fire before he did, pressuring them to acquire coach Doc Rivers, who was also given final say in the front office. For Chris Paul, winning a championship is his ultimate goal, and he hasn't been shy about throwing his weight around off the court as well as on it. Kevin?
Well, he's certainly doing just that. Thank you, Doris.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
It's taken away by Collison. Griffin kicks to Collison. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Now here's Heinrich. Dishes to Gibson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, the thing you love about Gibson is his energy and his length defensively. He's got those long arms. He can bounce. He can really get off the floor. And he's smart, so he anticipates things before they happen at that end of the court. One of the best front court defenders there is in the league.
Yeah, he really is. A lot of defense, his motivation, and Taj has never had a problem with that. If he has the mindset that he doesn't want you to score, that he can make things very difficult for you, whoever he is guarding, you know, that's when he is at his very best.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Gibson. He has 11 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
But he's done a better job than the numbers indicate, really. I think he's been really sound defensively, and he's helped his club.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Chicago. Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever, your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and I think the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. As Steve, they dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like that, we're out of the postseason.
Yeah, injuries played a part. Blake Griffin sprained his ankle, but I think the Clippers were exposed a little bit too. They're limited offensively on the front line, and maybe not quite enough shooting, but that's why they made the moves in the offseason, and they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
And he makes the first.
You know, you get the kind of love Blake Griffin has gotten for dunking on everybody in the league. It doesn't go over well with your opponents. I noticed last season teams started to get a lot more physical with him because of that.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. Griffin hits them both. And with hard fouls becoming a topic of discussion last season for LeBron James and certainly for Blake Griffin, Steve, what's your take? Does Griffin change his style of play? Does the league step in to protect players like him? How do you view that?
Well, the league already does protect everybody. I mean, you can't commit a hard foul these days without it being called flagrant. So, I mean, I think Griffin is fine. He just needs to continue to improve. And what he can do more than anything is develop a low post game that would translate into the playoffs.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
You know, with all of the improvements in medicine and also the advances in rehabilitation after torn ACL surgeries, we've seen a number of players come back to be as good as they were before the injury. Derrick Rose's fans had to be feeling good about what level he would return at when he came back.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. Improving their inside game, particularly at the defensive end, is what he wants them to focus on right now. Getting bodies down low and forcing more shots to come from the perimeter. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Well, and back to the ACL repair for Rose. Clark, great to see modern medicine extend players' careers and help them return from those tough injuries. Steve, it's been terrific watching these players come back. Really didn't see Rose last year, certainly. I expect this year he'll be too.
Well, it's so great to see Derrick Rose back on the court after missing last season. One of the most explosive, entertaining players in the NBA. A great guy, terrific team leader. The NBA needs Derrick Rose, so fun to have him back.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Noah once again had a really solid season, but his field goal percentage numbers dropped from where they had been the past few years. I think part of it was not having Derrick Rose on the floor, and then also he was hurt. Plantar fasciitis bothered him some, but not having Rose, I think, led to Noah forcing the issue a bit.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, and speaking of Noah's dip into his finishing numbers, you wonder if his injuries played a part in that.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau rode him pretty hard. A career high in minutes. In fact, second most per game among centers in the NBA last season. And remember, he had the foot injury during the playoffs, so he's always had some health issues, but he's battled through them.
Are you surprised that he's become the warrior that he's become in the NBA?
Not really, Kevin. He was a winner at Florida, a guy who loved to play. He's got a lot of passion for the game.
Now here's Paul. Right side, Jordan. Redick dishes to Jordan. There's the pass to Redick. Here's Paul, and it's the Clippers scoring again. Now here's Rose. He's got 6. Outside Boozer. Back to Rose. Right side Rose. Heinrich passes to Dunleavy. And it's Rose penetrating, and he gets it to go.
Part of this interior collapse we've seen defensively is the reason they've struggled, and they're trailing by so much.
Paul against Rose. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Into Jordan. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Now here's Boozer. Bank shot, no good. And here's Redick. Hangs, and Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Heinrich kicks to Rose. He feeds it to Boozer. Heinrich outside. To the wing on the left. The drive by Boozer. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And the Clippers call time here. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical. It's been fast. It's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Crawford dishes the ball. Fires the 3, and the shot is good. Paul's got 7 points for the quarter.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Rose against Paul. Here's Boozer. Hits the jumper. Boozer's got 6. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Paul. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Chicago calls timeout.
You look at Chris Paul and his physical stature, guys. I mean, he's not overwhelmingly strong or certainly not that big. Doesn't really bounce out of the gym. But it's the way he knows how to use everything that he has, particularly his body control. That allows him to be a dangerous finisher in the paint on a consistent basis.
Boozer passes to Rose. Noah kicks to Rose. Back to Noah. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Right block shot. Cannot hit. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. When you talk about Chris Paul's penetration, where's the number 3 in honor of Allen Iverson? But he's not the athlete that Iverson was.
Well, he's different. Iverson was a blur. Chris Paul is more about strength and side-to-side quickness. But Paul's a very good athlete in his own right. But it's his skill that is just so impressive. The ball handling, the passing, the awareness. What a player.
Here's Rose after the made shot from Redick. Rose kicks to Heinrich. Pass to Boozer. Shoots a fader, and the basket good. Boozer's got 8 points.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Paul dishes to Crawford. Kicks it to Griffin. Crawford passes to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Chicago leading by 3. Outside Rose. Passes to Heinrich. Back to Rose. Feeds it to Noah. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Heinrich. The kick out to Rose. Rebound by Redick. Redick's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Now here's Paul after the miss from Crawford. Paul kicks to Jordan.
Guys, it was another year for DeAndre Jordan where he was exactly what you want from a supporting role center. Blocked shots, dunked it when he could, and really had his best season so far.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Well, last season they only hit 71% of their free throws, so this is a continuing problem, guys.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
No good on the free throw. Chicago making a switch here. And he's good on the second.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Yeah, and that kind of approach is going to serve them well. It's gotten them to the line more than a few times this quarter.
Hinrich against Dudley. Here's Noah. Good, and Hinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got 3 assists in the game. And for DeAndre Jordan, the physical tools certainly are there. 6'11", 7'6" wingspan. It's developing his skill and the experience that he's been working on.
I thought he got better last year with that jump hook inside. Not to the point where you go to him, but where it was serviceable. Still a young guy, though. I think he has solidified his place as the Clippers' center of the future, but he can get better as he goes along.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, Doc Rivers, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers, said after last season, quote, "There were times last year when they were the best team in the league. So I clearly think this is an extremely talented basketball team. But can we do that now in the postseason as opposed to just the regular season? That'll be the true test, gentlemen."
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks. Here's Hinrich. Antoine Jamison picking up that last bucket. Rose kicks to Hinrich. The feed to Noah. 7-foot shot. Excellent D there from B.J. Mullins.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Now here's Jamison. Call with the bucket. Call's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Boy, it's no wonder they've got the lead. Their shooting has really picked up here in the second quarter.
You know, you don't expect a team, Steve, to shoot in the 60% range the entire game. But if they can hover around that mark, they'll run away with this one.
Rose with the ball. Now defended by Dudley. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Butler. Dang's got it all tied up now for the Bulls. And here comes Paul. He's got 13. Paul gets a screen from Mullins. Pass to Dudley. Offensive rebound. Jordan lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive board.
And you've also got to love what a forceful low-post defender he is. If he blocks one of your shots, you remember it. He sends them into the stands to make a point.
They get it back.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
The drive by Paul and the dunk by Jordan.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. Noah with a screen on Paul. Rose dishes to Noah. Hinrich outside. Puts it up from 17. The Clippers grab the miss.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
The dish to Mullins. Jamison inside. He kicks it to Paul. This one for three. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. And just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Rose attacking. Dishes it to Dang. Heinrich passes to Dang. Into Noah. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Bulls have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Well, they were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin, about 77% from the line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And he can't get the first one. Bulls making a switch here. One is no good. From midcourt, no good. And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And, folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And a fun game going on out in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us. A strong first half for the Clippers. And give them credit defensively. They're boxing out, controlling their defensive backboards. We've seen Chris Paul scoring effortlessly against Chicago. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And a tough matchup, but the Bulls are staying afloat. They've been aggressively attacking the rack, getting a lot of points right at the rim. Taj Gibson has been outstanding. He's got 12 points, and the looks have been coming for him. A great shooting percentage from the floor and the line. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
You know, Paul is playing really well. He's got 16 points and 8 dimes. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
This is a night to remember for sure, guys.
Bulls trail by 7. Dudley and Griffin, your small and power forwards. CP3 at point with Redick there, the backcourt. And it's Jordan in at the center. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Paul kicks to Redick. Paul right side, and it comes off the front of the rim.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
You know, in one of the more compelling postseason stories, the question about when the Bulls would bring Derrick Rose back just continued to hover around the playoffs. Ultimately, just never happened.
And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
Boy, I hope we see a few more of those.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Ball against Rose. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Griffin. Well, back to the Bulls, and even without Rose, I think the team made a big statement, Steve, with how they played in the postseason. They showed that they weren't just a one-man show with Rose running things, and had a solid core and system that will always compete.
Well, it's the second straight year that the Bulls have essentially been without Rose in their playoff run due to injury. And so I think Chicago fans are kind of wondering what exactly the roof is for this team, the ceiling, if you will. Let's hope that Rose stays healthy this year, so we'll find out.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Rose. He's got 10. Outside Butler. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Paul. He's got 16. Here's Jordan. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Chicago with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Noah with a screen for Rose. Noah high post. The pass to Boozer. Noah kicks to Butler. Clock at 4. From the wing. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Deng.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And the Clippers call time here.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He thinks the use of ball screens against this defense would make a huge difference, and that's what he relayed to his players. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Carlos Boozer.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Now here's Butler. Back to Rose. He feeds it to Boozer. Butler kicks to Deng. 6 feet out. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Luol Deng, originally from South Sudan, his family moved to London when he was a teen, and then for him on to the United States, a worldly player for sure, and he's been involved in a lot of causes, both here in the U.S. and internationally.
And the first one at the line is good. And going back to Deng, so active off the court, helping Sudanese refugees, Basketball Without Borders, numerous charities. He says his parents instilled him with that kind of thoughtfulness.
Yeah, and he's also championed a lot of causes in the UK, campaigning to maintain funding for the British national team. Deng is passionate, both on and off the court. You just love his approach to the game and to life, Kevin.
Good point.
Excellent game we've seen from Luol Deng. He has 11 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
Yeah, those are always easy points. I mean, when you can get to the line and knock them down, sometimes that's the difference in the game, Clark.
Now here's Paul. 16 points for him. That drops. Paul's got 18 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, I tell you what, the Clippers playing in the Western Conference knew they'd have to take care of business facing Eastern Conference opponents, and they did. 21-9 against the East, and a bunch of highlight reel plays along the way.
Butler attacking. That is good. Butler's got his second bucket of the game to go. And for the Clippers against the East, they had a winning record against every division out there. That's exactly what any coach, Steve, would hope for at the start of the season.
And you'll remember the Clippers went on that big streak in December, and I think the early part of the season they won 17 games in a row. A lot of those games out on the road back east. So I thought that established the tone for the Clippers for last year.
Griffin dishes to Paul. Throws it up high. Now Griffin inside, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Now an appropriate time as we get a chance to look at the all-time list for assist efforts. Some Hall of Fame point guards for sure. Magic and Stockton, the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, Chris Paul right up there. And, you know, it surprises me how few players have averaged near double-digit assists. It's just not something you take for granted.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Chicago has their hands full guarding against Griffin.
9 points and a steal. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Well, it's a good example, Clark, of how you set the table for the rest of your teammates. He's really brought focus and energy to this game.
Chicago making a switch here. Heinrich's checked in. Griffin hits them both.
Griffin is doing amazing things on the court and off the court. I mean, his charisma and sense of humor really have made him one of the more marketable players in the entire league.
Now here's Heinrich. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Dang. Clock at 6. The Clippers grab the miss. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Going back to Griffin, he spent a summer interning with an LA-based comedy website. I'm reading that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a love for comedy, and playing in LA, that's a great opportunity for him to work on the entertainment side of things. And of course, he does have a real job with the Clippers. He's got to focus there.
He does. But those commercials he's in are fun.
They are good.
Yeah, they're good. Here's Butler following the basket by Chris Paul. Dang with it. 11 points in the game, and the shot is good.
You got to respect him out there. He can hit that shot.
Clippers leading by 4. Paul outside. Crawford outside. Kicks it to Griffin. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Crawford drives in. That's good.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Heinrich passes to Boozer. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Griffin's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. That simple. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that
rim. Bulls trail by 8. Outside Butler. Heinrich outside. Outside Butler. Pass to Boozer. Back to Butler. Feeds it to Dang. 5 on the clock. 13 feet away. Again, the miss by Dang.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Redick with the 3, and that one's good. Redick's got 11 points.
Well, once a shooter, always a shooter. J.J. Redick, one of the great marksmen of all time at Duke in the college game, and it's kept on rolling here in the NBA. He's got deep range on his 3, can spot up and shoot from anywhere, and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right, and like you said, not only threes, but Steve, any shot where you give Redick a chance to set his feet and get a clear view of the hoop, his shot form is just too consistent for him to miss. He's one of those players who works on that just so diligently. You know he's going to find a degree of success every time out there. Here is Paul following the basket by Kirk Hinrich. Jordan kicks to Redick. Butler with the block. He dishes it to Noah. And the layup's good off the glass. Noah's got 11. Clippers leading by 7. Paul gets a screen from Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
The feed to Boozer. And a great assist by Hinrich as that one goes in. That's 12 points for Carlos Boozer.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Here's Paul. Kirk Hinrich with the rebound.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Butler with the ball, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Hinrich dishes to Boozer. Pass to Day. Boozer kicks to Hinrich. Just 5 to shoot. Unloads from 13. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A bit of an odd year for Kirk Hinrich, who normally is a very efficient player, but started off last season shooting way below his career norms from the floor. Ran the team pretty well, but it was kind of strange to see him shoot so poorly.
The first free throw is good. And going back to Hinrich, more of a jump shooter offensively. Sometimes that shot can come in, of course, as you know, go.
Yeah, he's not the scorer that he once was in his younger days, but the main attribute for Hinrich is his defense. Just an incredible defender, great footwork, fundamentals, anticipation, and much stronger than he looks. He can guard 1s and 2s.
And both free throws good from Hinrich.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
Now here's Jamison. Collison kicks to Jamison. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jamison's got 6.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time, and they had questions constantly being asked if he would return, but the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin. I mean, desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal Game 1 in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
Here's Hinrich after the made shot from Mullins. Hinrich passes to Gibson. No good. Great D that time from Mullins. Los Angeles leading by 7. Jamison dishes to Mullins. Back to Jamison. He kicks it to Redick. Now the pass to Jamison. To the inside. And Mullins, the basket on the assist by Jamison. Mullins got 4 this quarter.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Hinrich kicks to Gibson. Another shot. And the layup is good. Gibson's got 14 points for the game.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Collison against Hinrich. Collison the pass to Crawford. Second chance shot, and again, Byron Mullins. He's got 10.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Butler dishes to Gibson. Redick with it, now defended by Gibson. Clippers moving the ball around. Crawford kicks to Collison. And again, it's the Clippers from deep. 23 seconds left in the third. Collison against Hinrich. Knocked away. It's taken away by Collison. By himself, trips down the breakaway slam.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
For three, Hinrich. No good on the buzzer beater. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Clippers on top, leading by 14. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's been a passing display all night long as the State Farm assist of the game features one of 12 assists, Steve, we've seen tonight from Paul. Clippers leading by 14. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. Taj Gibson is out there with Dang, and it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. Now here's Collison. Looking for Mullins. He gets it there. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Dunleavy. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it. The fast break chance. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Antoine Jamison. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And they're getting the ball inside, which is what I like. High percentage shots down on the block and in the paint area.
Now here's Collison. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Collison against Rose. The shot's good from Griffin.
Got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Bulls trail by 14. Rose passes to Dang. There's the dish to Gibson. Drops it in from 14 feet away. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Griffin a screen on Rose. Collison dishes to Griffin. He feeds it to Mullins. The shot from the low post is good. Mullins got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. The Bulls shooting indicative of smooth offensive play, up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. And it's Rose penetrating. Here's Gibson. No luck. Some solid defense from B.J. Mullins.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Now here's Dudley. Dishes it to Griffin. Outside Collison. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Dudley for 3. Byron Mullins gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Some changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. And Carlos Boozer is subbed in for Dunleavy. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Outside Rose. Pass to Dang. Paul against Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Dang. Good on the triple. Dang's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Paul left side. It's Crawford with the drive. Some solid defense from Butler. Bulls trail by 11. Kicks it to Rose. On the wing, Deng. From deep, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's now 20 points for Luol Deng.
And guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range, he's developed that out to the three-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. One or two dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
You know what I like about him most, Steve? Deng is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, in the last few years, it's been debated between Paul, Williams, and Rose as to who the best point guard in the league is. I think I would have to put Steph Curry in that conversation now. But I would lean towards Paul's dominance and ability to turn around the Clippers as putting him just a notch ahead of the other guys on the list.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, we're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it. Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
And Clark, last season's survey of league GMs agreed. Chris Paul voted the top point guard in the NBA. I don't have a problem with that, Steve. Do you?
It's either him or Tony Parker, but I could go either direction there. But what you love about Paul is that he does everything. He defends, he scores, passes. He kind of just figures out what's needed during the game, and then he delivers for his team.
First one falls for him.
One of the things that really jumps out at you about the Clippers is their depth. Really impressive. I mean, they've surrounded their stars with a bench that includes Jamal Crawford, who was second in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year. They've got a nice second unit.
So he makes one of two as the second one misses. And we talk about the bench for the Clippers last season. Also guys like Matt Barnes and Lamar Odom. Steve, some good defensive tenacity there too.
Yeah, they had an edge. Barnes really gave them some toughness and some grit. I thought Crawford's shooting gave them some balance where they had a good offense to go with good defense. And then Bledsoe slashing. They were a lot of fun to watch, that bench unit. Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Here's Butler. Shot no good. Great D that time from Griffin. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Deng. Here's the lob to the hoop. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Bulls trail by 15. On its way from Rose for two, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. LA's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And Dudley kicks to Crawford. Feeds to Dudley. Shot clock at 6. That's good from Paul on the assist by Dudley. 25 points for Chris Paul.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Rose. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
I think when you look at Derrick Rose, fellas, the most intimidating thing about him is his elite speed. But you also have to consider his size. He's well put together, about 6'3", maybe just a shade over 200 pounds. He is a handful when he's coming at you fast with that strong body and explosiveness.
The free throw drops for Rose. And Clark, you mentioned the size of Derrick Rose. 6'3", not just a speedster, but the combination of quickness and power. I've always thought that, Steve. He goes in there, and he would be a very tough guy to try to stop when he's got a full head of steam.
Oh, no question.
Oh, wow.
He's coming at you with that burst and the strength. That's why he's so overpowering as a point guard.
And Rose drops them both.
Some good play from Rose in this one. 12 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And those steals are all the evidence you need of just how high his basketball IQ is. He really sees the floor well defensively.
And that one's good. Griffin.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Here's Rose. Passes it to Noah. Here's Dang. Chris Paul grabs the miss. Paul's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Jordan the pass to Paul. And Dudley kicks to Paul. He dishes it to Dudley. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Clippers lead by 20.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
Now here's Dang. Outside Rose, 4 on the shot clock. Banked in off the glass.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 14-4 run. Now the feed to Dudley. Back to Paul. Pass to Crawford. Back to Paul. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Butler with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. And that one's good.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Los Angeles leading by 18. Paul dishes to Dudley. Kicks it out to Paul. A 3-pointer off the mark. Chicago has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Outside Rose goes up on the wing. That doesn't go either for Rose.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Jordan sets the pick for Crawford. He kicks it to Dudley. For the 3. Cannot hit. And the Bulls going the other way now. Outside Butler. And there's the pass to Noah. Goes off the pick from Noah. Boozer with it. Chris Paul covering. Dang, a screen on Paul. Butler passes to Rose. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Shooting for Chicago, Derrick Rose, taking 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Rose.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And Rose drops them both. Now Paul. The dish to Griffin. And Boozer with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
10 seconds on the shot.
20. Here's Paul. Bulls trail by 16. Outside Rose. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. He feeds it to Jordan. Paul against Rose. And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Griffin. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
No good on that one. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Thibs has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath, you're right. Paul. Now here's Dang. Dishes it to Rose. Pass to Noah. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Clippers leading by 12. Here's Redick. No good, unable to end this run. Go back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago. It is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or draft talent that is ready to step in for them, and Steve contribute off the bench.
Oh, hammer time! Hammer time! Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Oh, man, does he ever.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Noah with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 10. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He told his guys not to use so much of the shot clock, saying early offense is going to be the key for them from this point forward. Also, he wants them getting energetic on defense. He told them to cover the whole court and try to cause as much chaos as possible. A few late-on-the-fly adjustments as the situation gets more desperate for them. It's going to be a tough hill to climb, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And here's Redick.
Still a close game here, though. That's surprising considering they're rarely grabbing any rebounds.
The shot. That's short off the rim.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
So it looks like just playing the last bit of this game out in what should be a nice win here for the Clippers.
You're right, Steve. This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier. And now, Clark, they not only muscled their way back into the game, but, wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win it easily.
I think this epitomizes the will to win. You have to admire the perseverance of never doubting your teammates, your coaches. This team stayed together. I really like what I've seen here tonight. They definitely earned this.
Depth always a factor in wins like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Chris Paul. And a big part of their success was the ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open. And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Here's Chicago. They're on a 14-6 run. Teardrop shot. Here's Noah, and he banks in the layup.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
So it's the Clippers now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Paul. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Darren Collison. And Darren, this was a game that saw you trailing by double digits, facing an uphill climb. What did Coach say to inspire the team to come back?
Well, good teams don't lose their poise. We understand that sometimes there are going to be games like this. The most important thing is that we just got to get the win.
You did a great job playing through adversity, Darren. Nice win. Gentlemen?
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Chris Paul.